Part 1. The birth of Stoicism. Ancient Greece and founder Zeno. Stoicism is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece. It all began around 2,300 years ago, when a man named Zeno emerged. Zeno was a scholar from Sichem, a city on the island of Cyprus. He traveled to Athens, a city renowned for its scholars and philosophers, to share his ideas. Zeno's teachings and core ideas. Zeno preached ideas that became the foundation of Stoicism. The central concept was that there are things we have control over and things we do not. Zeno argued that we can control our actions and reactions, but cannot change the external world. This idea formed the basis of Stoic philosophy. Inner world and ethics. Stoicism also emphasized the importance of developing one's inner world and moral values. Zeno and his followers believed that wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance were key virtues that would help us become better individuals. They taught that these virtues would guide us to make correct decisions and conduct ourselves with dignity. Zeno and the emergence of the Stoic school. Zeno not only spoke about these ideas, but also established a school in Athens where he educated his followers. This school became known as the Stoic school and attracted numerous intelligent and curious individuals. Zeno and his students propagated Stoic teachings, which began to influence many people in the ancient world. The significance of Stoicism. So it was thanks to Zeno and his students in ancient Greece that Stoicism came into being. This philosophy has had a profound impact on human thought and behavior for many centuries. Stoicism taught us to reflect on our inner world, morality, and our ability to control ourselves. This doctrine remains relevant and inspirational, even in the modern world, helping us become better and wiser individuals. Part 2. What is Stoicism? The core idea of Stoicism. To understand what Stoicism is, let's start with its core idea. Stoicism teaches us that our happy and wise life depends on our inner world and virtues. The main principle of Stoicism is the concept of dividing things into those we have control over and those we do not. This means that we should be able to distinguish what we can change from what is beyond our control. Virtues of Stoicism. Stoicism highlights 4 key virtues that help us become better individuals: wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Wisdom is the ability to make correct decisions and see what truly matters. Justice involves doing the right things and adhering to moral principles. Courage is being strong in spirit, even in the face of difficulties. Moderation is the ability to control our desires and resist temptations. Inner world and external world. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within us, our thoughts and actions. It states that the external world and events are not always under our control, but we can always control how we react to them. This means that we can find inner peace and wisdom, regardless of external challenges. Stoicism in everyday life. Stoicism is not just a philosophical theory, it's a practical approach to life. It helps us deal with life's difficulties and stress. When we apply Stoic principles, we learn to control our emotions, focus on essential values, and make the right decisions. The essence of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us to become better individuals through the development of our inner world and virtues. Its key idea is the division of things into what we can control and what we cannot. This philosophy helps us become wiser, more serene, and fairer individuals. Stoicism is not just a theory. It can change our everyday lives, helping us cope with challenges and find joy within ourselves. Part 3. Stoicism in everyday life. Let's delve into how Stoicism can be applied in everyday life using concrete examples. Emotion management. One of the important aspects of Stoicism is emotion management. In everyday life, we often encounter situations that can trigger negative emotions, such as irritation or stress. Stoicism teaches us to look at these situations from a different perspective. For example, if a conflict arises at work, a Stoic may contemplate whether it makes sense to expend their energy on anger or if it's better to find ways to resolve the conflict with wisdom and composure. Time and priority management. Stoicism also helps us in managing our time and priorities. In everyday life, we often face endless tasks and responsibilities. Stoics teach us to identify what truly matters to us and focus on that. For instance, if you have numerous tasks, you can use Stoic principles to determine which ones hold the greatest value and then prioritize accordingly. Acceptance of adverse events. Stoicism also teaches us to accept adverse events with dignity. In everyday life, we sometimes encounter disappointments, failures, or losses. Stoics emphasize the importance of understanding that we can't always control the external world, but we can always control how we react to these events. For example, if you lose your job, Stoicism can help you view it as a new opportunity and reevaluate your goals. Mindful consumption of information and media. Stoicism can also be applied to our consumption of information and media. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with information, Stoics teach us to be mindful consumers. By applying Stoic principles, we can choose which news to read or which movies to watch, focusing on content that truly benefits and inspires us. Cultivating virtues in everyday life. An essential part of applying Stoicism in everyday life is the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. This means constantly working on improving our character and decision-making abilities. For instance, we can set a goal to be fairer in our interactions with others or develop wisdom in making complex decisions. In summary, Stoicism is not just a philosophy for contemplation. It's a practical approach to everyday life. It helps us manage our lives effectively by providing guidance on emotion control, time management, handling adverse events, mindful consumption, and the ongoing development of virtuous qualities. Stoicism empowers us to lead a more deliberate and meaningful life. Part 4. Famous individuals who were Stoics. Marcus Aurelius. One of the most famous Stoics was Marcus Aurelius. He was not only a Roman emperor, but also a philosopher. His work, Meditations, is a kind of diary in which he shared his philosophical thoughts and observations on morality and virtues. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of inner tranquility and justice in his life and rule. His writings are still read today and inspire people to apply Stoic principles in their everyday lives. Epictetus. Another outstanding Stoic was Epictetus. He lived in the 1st century AD and focused on the art of controlling his emotions and reactions to external events. Epictetus taught that we cannot change the world, but we can change our perspective on it. He warned against excessive emotions and stress, advocating for calmness and reflection. His philosophy influenced many philosophers and psychologists. Seneca. Seneca is another name closely associated with Stoicism. He was a philosopher and advisor to the Roman Emperor Nero. His letters and essays contain numerous Stoic ideas and advice on how to live wisely and justly. Seneca emphasized the importance of self-control and the development of virtues. His works also left a profound mark on the history of Stoicism. Contemporary representatives of Stoicism. Stoicism is not confined to the past, and in the modern world, there are many people who draw inspiration from this philosophy. Many contemporary writers, leaders, and philosophers recognize Stoicism as a source of wisdom and inspiration. For example, Ryan Holiday and his books on Stoicism help modern individuals apply Stoic principles in their lives. This underscores the relevance of Stoic ideas in today's society. Conclusion. Lessons of Stoicism for everyone. In conclusion of this exploration of Stoicism, we see that it is not merely a theory for scholars and philosophers. Stoicism is a philosophy applicable to every individual, regardless of their profession, age, or status. Its lessons on self-control and the ability to distinguish between important and unimportant aspects of life can be highly valuable for our everyday existence. Inner growth and development. Stoicism offers a path to inner growth and development. It teaches us to reflect on our virtues, the values and principles we uphold, and the kind of individuals we aspire to become. This journey of self-awareness and self-improvement can be both exhilarating and inspiring, and Stoicism provides us with the tools for this endeavor. Managing emotions and reactions. One of the key aspects of Stoicism is the management of our emotions and reactions to external events. It helps us resist succumbing to fears, anger, and anxious thoughts, encouraging us to remain calm and rational instead. This ability to respond to the world around us with dignity and wisdom can enhance our quality of life and our relationships with others. Stoicism, the key to happiness. In conclusion, Stoicism represents a path to happiness and the life we desire. It tells us that our ability to control ourselves and make the right decisions defines our well-being. This philosophy remains relevant in our modern world, and we can use its lessons to become wiser, more just, and happier individuals.